We welcome you into Dwyer Field for the start of what is going to be a two-day amazing weekend of Mason youth football. I'm Daniel Panetti, joined alongside Isaac Vargo. We'll be bringing you all of your Grimes Bowl coverage today for this 2025 edition of the Mason Youth Football Grimes Bowl. Isaac, it's good to be alongside you today, kicking off what's going to be a great weekend of youth football.
Absolutely. What a better day you could have out here. It's Saturday morning, starting with first grade today. It's one of the first times these guys have been on the field, especially in front of a crowd and this broadcast, so it should be a great day today.
Absolutely. Like we mentioned, it's going to be a couple of these kids' first game playing football, so a lot of the nerves starting to roll in. Back in we used to play, those Grimes Bowls were always something we'd always look forward to, have so much excitement, so much nerves going in when it was our time to be out on the field. So the K-1 or kindergarten and first grade team, head coach James Spikes leading this roster. As Mason Comets taking on the Lakota Trojans here in this first game. Looks like Mason will start with the ball to start out.
Yeah, and as you said, what an opportunity for these first graders. Coming out here, just having some fun playing football, getting to know the basics and the fundamentals in front of a big crowd and on the big field here on the varsity field.
Absolutely, and you're at that point, Isaac, where your big things going into the game just make good low form tackles, get those blocks going, really getting those basics. Something we're seeing starting out in the shotgun. First snap goes behind the quarterback, number 9. It looks like a whistle before. It's Cooper Smith, the quarterback, or Amari Spikes, excuse me. We're going to head down to the field for some player introductions, get to learn some of these young kids. We'll send it down.
Amari and QB. Chad. Grayson. I'm Jericho and I'm the running Cooper guy. Kenzo cornerback. My name's Corbin. And I'm a linebacker. My name's Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm playing defensive end. My name's Lucian, and I'm playing right guard. My name's Jack, and I play cornerback. My name's Diamond, and I play tight end. My name's Morgan, and I play corner. My name's Lisa, I play defensive end. My name's Brayden, and I'm safety. I tackle. My name is Ben Smith, and I'm tackle.
And we welcome you back after the player introduction. Second down for the Comets, right around the 40-yard line. And Isaac, as we were talking about, seeing a kindergarten first grade team lining up out of the shotgun is
It's impressive.
Very impressive. Spikes not able to get it on the ground. He's able to retrieve it. He's out loose towards the right side, out to the 45. He's free. Spikes down the sideline towards the 30, 25, 20. He's free. Touchdown, Mason Comets.
I mean, Amari Spikes, not the snap that you wanted, but shows right there that he can get outside the pocket, takes it down the sideline. A great play there to start off for the quarterback.
Absolutely, that breakaway speed out towards the sideline. And, head coach James Spikes, his dad's going to love a play like that, making something out of what looked like a busted play. It's right there down the sideline. That's, for youth football, that is your paradise once you're able to get out there. Comets, a great start versus East Central.
And speaking of Amari Spikes, look at those spikes. He's down there with the red spikes. You can see him all the way up here. It looks like his dad's got the fluorescent green or yellow spikes, so they definitely got some swag to them. That's something you love to see, especially at a young age.
Absolutely, looking like a little bit of orange down there. So Comets will line up for this 2-point conversion. Try to get it. We'll see. So we look down, a little bit of splits for this offensive line. Big teaching point on the offense. Some teams will line up heel to heel. Some teams will kind of give about 2 feet of separation for each.
The first thing I'm noticing is look how big this offensive line is for Mason, especially for first grade.
That one above Spike's head again. See if he can do it once more. And he's going to be brought down. So the Comets won't get the 2-point conversion, but they do get 6.
Yeah, I like what Coach Spikes is doing here. Of course, it's going to be a tough process trying to get those snaps in the shotgun, but getting that experience in the shotgun, if you can get that snapper 4, 5, 6, even 7 years of that experience under center, getting that shotgun in, it's going to be so much better when he's older. And just getting that first grade experience, especially under center, it's very impressive.
Absolutely. It looks like to be Nolan Kisner, number 7 there on the tackle. So we'll see what this Trojan offense can do. Just gave up the touchdown on defense, trying to respond back. It'll be, as we mentioned a couple times, some of these kids' first time playing football, so first offensive drive game reps. You know, you'd assume a couple of scrimmages down under these teams. And let's talk about the shoes again. Isaac, number 3. Brian Suter, some nice little yellow cleats down there as well.
Yeah, that's what it's all about when you're younger. I know when I was younger, all I wanted to wear was the Curry 5s, Curry 6s. So going down there, you get to see different color gloves, different color cleats. That's what it's all about, especially at this young age.
You got to have some fun with it. I remember, my dad being a coach, very old school. You were getting just those black and white cleats back in those days. So I've seen the kids able to have some fun with their accessories, seen some arm sleeves as well. So the Trojans will come to the line. It's a bit of a stacked defensive look. About 5 guys on the defensive line. See if they pull some of them back. Make sure everyone's on side.
Yeah, it looks like what the Comets are going to do is they're going to fill up the box, try and get to the backfield. They only got a couple people in the secondary just for that second defense if the quarterback does get loose.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35. Coaches adjusting their players on the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run, a little less than 14 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first. So it looks like we might see the Trojans go under center as opposed to Mason. Very bunched look for the Trojans. First down. Ball looked to go on the ground. The Trojans will still have it. And that's a big point of emphasis for when you're at these lower levels is getting those clean snaps. We already saw Mason on offense have some trouble with it. Remember, I was a center back in my playing time, so I had firsthand experience of having those bad snaps, whether it's snapping it over your quarterback's head or having trouble getting it off the ground. Center is one of those overlooked, but one of the hardest positions to play in football, especially at a young age.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something definitely overlooked. All you want to do when you're younger is you want to snappy, you want to get in front of that guy, but you got to make sure you get it to your guy first before the play abruptly holds like it did on that first one. Looks like it's Nathan Lauderdale under center to start off here for the Trojans.
So after that, it'll make it 2nd down for the Trojans. Same little bunched look. This time able to get the snap off. Gets the handoff, but a sea of Comet defenders wrapping them around in the backfield. Great defensive pursuit there for Mason. It's be number 99, Ben Smith, in there for the tackle. Take another look at it. Had about 3 different Comets in there. Your defensive coach, you're loving to see that.
Yeah, it looks like, as you said, the Trojans are kind of going with that bunch formation, kind of an Army look, if you will, trying to get a couple different formations, try and trick the Comets defenders, but nothing doing so far. This Comet front line has done a great job getting in the backfield. So we're approaching nearly halfway through this first half.
So it's going to make it 3rd down for the Trojans, and not able to get this, they can elect to punt, and Mason would get it on their own 35. So 3rd down, we'll see if the Trojans are able to get any sort of movement. It's Lauderdale under center. So it's number 99, Urban Nullner in the backfield. Takes the snap, and he's going to be down maybe a yard behind the line of scrimmage once again.
It looks like trouble with the snap again. Comets are doing a good job holding it up, and it's going to lead to a 4th and long here for East Central. See it again. Just a little bit trouble with the snap, trying to get in front of that guy as we talked about earlier.
And we're seeing, mention him again, Ben Smith, 99, causing havoc down there as well. You have your center, when you have a bunch of defensive linemen in front of you like that, the Comets look at it, have about a 5 front going. It's going to be very difficult, and those are the issues that you're going to see, especially with the first few games of your season. It's just getting those offensive fundamentals down, getting good handoffs, getting good snaps, and those are going to eventually lead to being able to put points on the board. So the Comets still get their 2nd possession of the game. So you look at last drive, was very short. Number 9, Amari Spikes, took a bad snap over his head, but was able to take it around 65 yards all the way to the house. See if the Comets can replicate what they did on their first drive.
Yeah, we'll see if the Comets stick with Spikes or if they go with someone else. Spikes definitely can show that he can take one to the house at any second, but we'll see if someone else can get some love here.
Goes over the head of Spikes once more. It's carried by number 6. He goes to the outside, evades some tacklers. Now reverses field up towards the 50, breaking a few more, and he's finally going to be brought down at the Trojan 45, number 6, Jericho Carthers.
I mean, what a play there from Carthers, picking up what Spike dropped on the ground. I mean, just taking it to the sideline. As you can see here, the cut back. Look at the elusiveness, getting the foot in the ground and going forward. Another big play for the Comets here to start off this first half.
Yeah, we're seeing a very good running group from this Comet team, and something to mention about the snaps, it's a lot easier to control those higher snaps than lower snaps. People might think the opposite, but you're a center, you're snapping it a little high. It's usually, most of the time, a little bit easier to get it a little bit more down than high if you're having trouble putting it on the ground. So those snapping issues, I don't think you might see them very much.
Good one there.
Fake jet sweep. Spikes is going to keep it. He runs into a sea of defenders right around the 44.
Spikes lowering the shoulder.
He's still going.
Oh, boy.
Some big boy running there from Spikes. You like to see that if you're the Comets, get a little bit of strength there.
Credit to Nolan Kaiser for finally getting him down. But looks like Spikes is looking to take MVP with the way he's running right now. Not trying to get solid 250 yards under his belt as quick as possible.
Absolutely. The Comets already getting it into Trojan territory. So now we see a very strong right side look. We saw motion on that last play as Carthers had came in. They faked a jet sweep. See if they give it to him this time. They will. He's able to evade a tackler, and there's a burst of speed. Carthers has all green grass ahead of him at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Comets.
I mean, look how complex these designs are. The Comets are bringing people in motion, fake hand it off. Another good snap there. And as you can see, I mean, Carthers and Spikes are taking over the show right now at Dwyer Field.
It's an absolute chaotic duo. Not to mention being in the shotgun as well. That burst of speed from Carthers. He got the ball. There's a little bit of a delay from the handoff. You're always going to see that in the lower grades. But once he got it, once he was able to get possession of that, he let off a burst. He was out flying, and there were no Trojan defenders around him. Comets now a 12-0 lead.
So take the 2-point conversion, try and get it up to 14. They couldn't get it last time with a botched snap. See if the Comets can get back into the calm. Looks like Manuel will be in the backfield this time.
It's number 26 is Cy Emanuel, so a new look. See if we might be getting a bit of a wildcat. Emanuel looks to be one of the bigger guys on this team. Bad snap, ball's on the ground. It's picked up, but he's going to be taken down at the 6.
As you said, Manuel, definitely a bigger Comet player under center. You can definitely see if he gets this snap, it can be trouble for those Trojan defenders trying to take him down. But you see just a little bit over his head. We're talking about over the head, but that's a little too high for him, for Manuel.
And the Trojans line up on their 35 to answer that score.
40 Larman in there on the tackle. Hendricks Larman, one of the many defenders in there. So it's 2 times that the Comets get the touchdown, but some miscues, some little bit of trouble there on the 2-point. So keep it 12-0 lead. Big shout outs to the people who brought canopies for these Grimes Bowls.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a hot day. I respect it for sure.
Absolutely. This very nice setup down, when you walk in, a bunch of concessions, but with a weather day that's going to be around reaching maybe the 90s is what it's going to feel like, and even hotter down there on the field. Bringing those sort of canopies, giving you that shade, it's going to make the days a lot easier for the parents.
You know what, that's #1 thing. If you want to be a football player, this is what you're going to deal with, 90-degree weather. You teach them at a young age, this is what you get.
The countless practices of conditioning.
Oh yeah.
Man. Starts with, you just go shorts, t-shirt, then you go to pro pads with just the, no shoulder pads, but you got the leg pads, and then you go all the way in the full. A lot of hydration needed, especially for these hotter days. The Trojans will have their second drive of the day. Had some snapping issues last time. See if they're able to get something going.
Yeah, as you said, Trojans had trouble with the first drive. It was a quick 3 and out, but we'll see if they can answer the call here. It looks like they got a tall task in order with these Comets. Guys on offense, on the defensive end.
Lauderdale takes the snap, and the Comets able to get in there quickly. It takes them down behind the line. 3 K-1 Thieves in there on the tackle behind the line. This Comet defense generating an immense amount of pressure.
Yeah, it looks like Comets are almost trying to go for the ball.
You saw Thieves go for the ball right there. It's a nice job from Lauderdale just to hold on to it.
Yeah, and it looks like right now Trojans are just crashing too early when they get that snap in, causing the Comets defenders all to crash in. And there's not a lot of time for Lauderdale to react.
The offensive line obviously going to be very inexperienced with the grade level, but it's a Comet defensive line that is playing very aggressively. You got to give your props to these defensive coaches, seeming to be teaching these young guns well. The ball will be spotted around the 33 for second down. It's about a little less than 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Or the first half, excuse me. See if, before we head to a break, the Trojans are able to get some offense moving. It'll be second down for the Trojans. Comets lining up 5 defenders on the line once more, as well as number 19, Jack Batista, on the edge, creeping on a blitz.
Get ready to get the play in order here. Just about 2 minutes remaining. Only expect a couple more plays left in this half. See if the Trojans can break one.
Second down, Lauderdale under center, and it looks like there's going to be a false start for the play.
Guys are still going after. Love the competitiveness. Flag is on the field, but the guys snapping it anyways, playing until the final whistle.
First flag of the day we see in today's game, so some maybe a little bit of confusion. But it looks like a lot of this Mason team, they're just eager for that snap It is going to be a false start, so it's going to send them back a little bit more. It looks to be the right tackle right there.
Yeah, Hendricks Larman jumped a little bit on that side. But again, love to see playing till the final whistle. We'll see if they can get a playoff here. Just about a minute left in the half.
That false start will make it 2nd and 17. A minute and 6 seconds left. Probably just another play, maybe 2, for this Trojan offense. So coaches look to adjust, make sure no one's offsides. And looking at this defensive look, the Comets have 7 defensive players lined up on the line.
Shout out to the coaches. I mean, just looking at the formation, knowing what's about to come, not expecting a pass.
All right, the last play, it's going to be a jet sweep to the outside, and Central has some room down the field. One man to beat. Can he make the tackle? Yes, he can. What an open field tackle for the Comets. Number 23, Easton Ballard.
What a play there to switch the momentum a little bit. Tries a little bit of a stiff arm here at the end. Very good tackle there in the open field, though.
Down by number 23 for the Comets.
Huge play, as that'll do it for the first half. The Trojans had a huge play, but an amazing open field tackle for the Comets keeps them scoreless. So we'll head to a bit of a break. Once we come back, it'll be the second half. Comets a 12-0 lead after 1.
I am so glad you ladies are here. You each have your own rooms.
Thank you.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Come on, Cameron.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savebythescan.org.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, boss. Okay?
I said I'm fine.
Me to bed, see you in the morning. With the first aid, Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really, really hard for me.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because it felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
And we welcome you back into Dwyer Field for the second half of the kindergartners through first grade Mason Youth Football Grimes Bowl Game 1 today here on Saturday. I'm Daniel Panetti, joined alongside Isaac Vargo. Isaac, it was a Comet-dominated first half thanks to some big runs from the quarterback Amari Spikes and running back number 6 Jericho Carthers.
Yeah, absolutely. It started off in the first about 10, 15 minutes of the game. It was all Comets. It was a couple good runs, as you said, but it was also good tackles in the backfield on defense. But the Trojans have the momentum right now. They just had the biggest play of the day, about a 30-yard run to end the first half. They'll start with the Trojans having the ball. What the Comets did have the ball to start off the game. So the Trojans will have a chance to go off that momentum that they ended in the first half in the second half.
Absolutely. So we'll see if the Trojans are able to climb back a bit of this lead. That last play of the first half, the Trojans, they were able to break off about a 30-yard run, and we thought they may have been down to the house, but it took number 23, Easton Ballard, to track him down and make a big open field tackle, something you just absolutely love to see at this grade level. Is getting those great open field tackles, and it saved a touchdown given up from the Comet defense. So we'll see if that big play spark sets something off in this Trojan offense going into half number 2.
Yeah, the two biggest things in K-1 is definitely the tackling on the defensive side, and it's ball security on the offensive side, just holding on to that football wherever you have it at. So we'll see here, the Trojans, looks like they'll have it to start off this second half.
So Trojans come running in, seeing their quarterback, Lauderdale, if he will still be the one under center.
First game of the day, and as you can tell, it's can't be much better weather-wise. You can tell the guys in the pads might be a little hot, but 81 degrees, feeling like 87. It's getting up there, but you know, for August, it's not too bad at all. A little breeze down there as well.
Absolutely, and you know, it's gonna be worse for the Trojans and the Comets wearing those black-on-black jerseys.
Yeah.
Remember, you know, back in my 3rd grade year, we had jerseys similar to that, all black all the way down, and you feel a difference. You feel a difference when you're wearing that black versus that white, little breathable kind of jersey. It does make a bit of a difference, so I think the Comets staying maybe a little bit cooler, but looking on the sidelines, they're definitely a huge water supply for both teams.
We'll say, though, in this big of a game, the Trojans having the all blacks kind of fitting the theme, get that swag. I definitely mess with the all black from Trojans. Let's look down onto the field. We were talking about a little bit of swag in the first half. Down there in the second half, looks like number 9, Cooper Smith's got the Jordans on. Maybe past his day, but still to this day, a little great theming down there.
I don't think the Jordans would ever go out of style.
No.
So it's the same play that the Trojans ran for that big play earlier, and he runs into 2 Comet defenders. Number 19, Jack Bautista, one of the 2 Comet defenders in there. There's some big hits for the Comet defense. There's a nice little stop and a nice little bit of a gain on first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, as you can see here, I don't blame the Trojans going back to the rock, but man, what a big hit there. Bautista laying the wood, as well as number 6, Jericho Kurthers.
And this Kurthers, looking at a 2-way player. A lot of players on this team going to be going both ways. Kurthers, he had that big touchdown run about 45 yards in the first half. There lays a great hit. It's a nice little teamwork action there from the Comets. So it's a gain of 4 to make it 2nd and 6. For the Trojans, you like getting these positive gains. You had the snapping issues, but over the past couple of plays, you've been able to get some clean snaps off.
It's something that's definitely encouraging to see. So far in this game, we've only seen 1 penalty from either side, which is definitely good to see. In these younger grades, you can definitely see someone going off sides a little early or someone jumping off the snap, if you will. But so far, we've only seen 1 false start. It's been pretty much good football besides that from both teams.
Yeah, and you're a ref at this little bit of a level. You let some of those go, but a false start, something like that, you have to call. So the bunch formation still going for this team. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Trojans. It's going to be a jet sweep to number 10 on the right side, and he's brought down. Nice tackle there, number 9 for the Comets, Cooper Smith, or Amari Spikes, excuse me. That was number 10, Knox Graff for the Trojans, getting that handoff towards the right side.
Man, it might just be the formation that the Comets are in, but it's just different, this defense right now. Trying to get to the outside, definitely a great idea for the Trojans, but, I mean, Spikes is everywhere right now in this game. And you see right there.
And Isaac, I think the best part about this Comet defense, they're not scared of contact.
No.
They have been sprinting to that ball carrier. A lot of times with these guys, especially first year playing, you know, they're not going to give their 100% every single time. But this Comet team, they're out there thirsty for those big hits. We've already seen a couple. And you're the defensive coach for this Comet team. You have to love what you've been seeing from this team.
And it's got to be a little intimidating as well, first-year football. You're not used to someone really tackling you. But as you said, this Comet team, every one of them out there is going for blood. Looks like the Trojans are getting a little bit of formation here. Looks like everybody will be right on that ball. Comet's a little spread out still. Trying to make sure Trojans can't get on the outside.
You see number 19 for the Comets, Jack Batista, keeping that left side clean.
3rd and 6. Need 6 to move the sticks here.
Go for it. It's going to be another handoff to Graff on the right side, and he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Tackle will field led by number 3, K-1 Thieves.
3 K-1 Thieves, and on the tackle, it's going to keep it 4th down. Still a couple of yards to go. We'll see.
Man, another just great tackle. Graff trying to get to the outside, and Thieves just wrapping him up. something they teach at the varsity level, something just wrapping them up, not letting them go. Very high-level play there, Thieves.
Yeah, we know at the varsity level, Coach Kastner loves getting involved with the youth football programs, have some camps with varsity every so often. So, you know, the varsity teams kick off their action. First game will be at Dwyer Field versus Springboro on the 22nd of August, that Friday.
I'll tell you what, we'll be calling a lot of those games, and it's a very, very good-looking Comets team. One of the most highly anticipated seasons you'd think since 2022 when that Comet team made a big run in the couple rounds into the playoffs. But this year, there's a lot of thirsty Comets that didn't really have the season they wanted last year, that have a lot of experience coming into this year.
A lot of returning guys and a couple new players for that Comet team. It's supposed to be a very big year, potentially making a run at the GMC. So it looks like the Trojans are going to go for it here, 4th and 4.
You kind of have to. Down 2 possessions, only 15 minutes remaining in the game.
And it's going to be a jet sweep to the left side, up the middle. He's brought down. The Comet defense makes a big stand on 4th.
What a collision there in the middle. Colgate trying to do anything he can to get those 4 yards, but the Comets front not letting it happen. See right here, right at that line. I mean, what a wrap-up there.
It was Asher Chrysler as well as number 6 Jericho Carthers in there on the tackle. Just to name a couple in there in the pile. That's an awesome job from the Comet defense. Longest drive of the game for the Trojans, but the Comet defense is able to stand tall. They'll get the ball once more, already up 2 possessions, a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, we'll see if the Trojans kind of go with the same game plan the Comets coaching staff has went with, kind of a more spread out look, making sure that they're covering everything on the outside. But it looks like the Trojans are going with a different approach from each team. The Comets in the shotgun, and the Trojans more under center. But it's been a different approach, and so far it's been in the Comets' favor here in the Grimes Bowl.
I'm still very surprised that we're seeing a shotgun offense at this low grade level. I remember last year when me and Trevor Rose were calling these games, we didn't see shotgun until, you know, the 3rd, 4th grade level. And now seeing it in just the first game, it shows that this Comet team, the way that they're executing on offense and on defense, it can be a very good year.
Yeah, I think it's just the new evolution of football. These Comet coaches want to get that shotgun. They know that Coach Kastner, and it's a long way away, but they know that at that high school level, they want to pursue that shotgun look.
Be a jet sweep towards the right side, number 19 for the Comets. He has a lot of room out to the 35. Ajuki makes one miss, and he's brought down at the 21.
And a big run by number 19,
Jack Bautista. What a move, as we said, getting the defender to spin around.
Enough to pick up a first down for the Comets.
That's the first carry for Bautista today, so you know he was kind of jumping. He's super excited to get the ball. Look at this, gets that burst of speed. How about that blocking? Braden Longmire there on the right side. You see there on the replay. Bautista able to make some moves, but the blocking from this Comet team has been so good as well. This is just a Mason team that looks to have some of those fundamentals down here early in the year. You're loving what you're seeing.
Yeah, and you can just see everybody that gets the ball in this game just has a burst of energy, wanting to do what they can to help the team. Looks like they spotted the ball a little farther back. Looks like it might have been a little penalty.
It looks like it might have been coming
maybe too
back.
good a blocking there with a hold, possibly bringing it all the way back. Nonetheless, still Bautista with a great run. Still getting that moment. Penalties, we don't really count penalties up here.
We don't count penalties. So it'll be first and about 15 right around midfield. We'll see if the Comets go back towards the outside. See Bautista coming in motion.
Trojan's way back.
And they're going to give it to him out towards the right side, looking for some room. Now cuts it up the middle, but runs into a couple Trojan defenders as they lay a pile at the 45 onto Bautista.
A much different look there from the Trojans this time. They were way back. The whole game, they pretty much had just guys right there at the line of scrimmage, but this time they definitely moved back, doing kind of what the Comets did, and it looks like spreading back and using all your players to your advantage is definitely the biggest key to success on this defensive side.
Yeah, you saw number 99, Urban Nelter, able to kind of keep the containing a little bit, had to force Bautista back inside. As you could tell, he was really trying to get a hold there towards the outside like he did on that play before. Instead, the defense forces him in, and it's going to make it second and about 15. Second and 11 is what it looks like it's going to be. A whistle before the snap. Looks like it might.
And whistle on the play blows that play dead.
Looks like it's going to be for a mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece or a flag. One of the two. Maybe a false start. Possibly, but it looks like just might have lost his mouthpiece on the last play. You can't go without the mouthpiece, especially at this young age.
Absolutely, looks like a Comet receiver there on the right side. Looked to be number 5, Braden Longmire. And not had his mouthpiece in. Nice job looking from the refs.
And shout out K-1 Thieves for these snaps so far.
And another stop. It looks like a Trojan came away with the football. I think he grabbed the ball.
Yeah, well, looks like we have
I think it was definitely a false start. It looks like K-1 Thieves might have went. Everybody but K-1 Thieves on that play. Everybody, the snap count might have been 2. We were thinking 1 there.
The whole false start, everybody but the center.
Yeah.
It's a nice job from the defense being able to.
And shout out to the Trojan defenders for grabbing the ball just in case that the play wasn't called dead.
He's a defender coming up with the ball saying, I got it. Unfortunately, play had to be called dead. So a little bit of mishap from the Comets this drive. The penalty puts it back 2nd and 15. Ball placed at the Trojan 49. Spikes is going to keep it himself, gets towards the outside, being chased out. He gets out to the 40. There's a lot of room for the quarterback out the 30, 25, 20. Can he go all the way? Touchdown, Mason Comets. Second of the day for Amari Spikes.
Yeah, Amari Spikes stealing all of the shine here. And, I mean, look at that play. He makes a couple juke moves and then just shows off the speed on the side. Look at this. Look at that cut inside. Just gross. Nothing you can do about that. Holds the ball into the proper hand on the left hand. Can't have any Trojan defender strip it away, and that speed showing off for itself.
Looking like a mini Lamar Jackson, mini Kyler Murray out there on the run. Being chased out, using that breakaway speed. The Comets make it a 3-possession game, 18-0. Comet lead here pending extra point.
Yeah, it's just been a very impressive performance, I'd say, all around for this Comet team. And overall, I think it's been Spikes and Carthers that we've been looking at. But give credit to Thieves and the guys down low, Manuel. Those guys are doing a great job of blocking up.
Ball's on the ground. There's a snap mishap.
And mishap.
Comets
recovered by Mason, but not
once again unable to get that 2 points.
And first grade
that can
Trojan Black
cause
Zero.
trouble for offenses. They can be so good in the open field, but once you get right at the end zone,
first score of the season.
the area to use as an offense gets a lot smaller. You see it in a lot. You see in the NFL, you know, a big stat, the red zone offense. You know, a team can be so good offensively, and then they get into the red zone and things start to kind of fall apart a little bit. So it looks like, especially in practice, the Comets, they're going to have to work on that kind of extra point in that red zone look.
Yeah, crazy how good this Comet team has been, and they're 0-3 at those 2-point conversions. But overall, 18 points on the board in 20-minute running quarter is very impressive, and 0 points allowed on the defensive end. Shout out big crowd here at Dwyer Field for this early game.
Comets, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the offense. As well as the same can be said for how their defense has been playing. 3 drives, no points allowed. We've seen some big plays from this defense. A couple big players today on the offensive side. We've obviously been talking to Mari Spikes, Jericho Carthers. And on the defensive side, 99 Ben Smith there, you know, on the defensive line. He's been having a great game as well. He is Jack Bautista, number 19. He's been having a great day as well on both sides of the football.
Yeah, looks like clock just going down to about 5 minutes. It should be the last possession of the game. See if the Trojans can get on the board just to take something with them in this big game.
End off on a good note. So even if it's not points, just putting together a couple first downs, putting together a nice little drive, something where you can go into, you know, this at the end of this game, go into next week, have something nice to build off of, go into practice saying, all right, here's what we did well, here's what we have to work on. You know, both of these teams, you know, great game for the Comets, but like I mentioned, you know, there's still those things that can be improved. You had a little bit of snap issues. You know, mostly the snaps were held in good check for the grade level, and but that short little offense work down for those extra points, you know, that's going to be a big point of emphasis. And for the Trojan team, it's going to be for the defense, you know, containing that outside little piece, and for the offense, making sure those snaps are able to be good and just getting out those handoffs. Because we've seen a couple times for this Trojan team, you know, once they're able to really get the ball handed off,
and here we go, Trojans.
You know, they're able to generate some movement.
Yeah, Trojan's been doing that end around the last 3 or 4 plays, but the Comets have figured it out.
It's going to be a jet sweep, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. About 5 Mason Comets in there on the tackle. 26 Isai Manuel, one of the
26 Isai Manuel.
The few in there.
What a great play. The Comets, the coaching staff must have told them what play was coming. The Comets were right on it all the way. And it's just been a great defensive performance. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Couple more plays, you'd assume. 2nd and 13 here.
And going back to the snaps we mentioned a couple times, for this Trojan offense, this second half, they've done a lot better of a job just getting those plays started than they did in the first. In that first drive especially, we saw the snapping issues, but these past couple, you know, this past drive or two, you know, the snaps have been pretty good. They've been able to get those plays started, so you're seeing that improvement.
Yeah, and that's all you ask for out of these kids. They're only in kindergarten / first grade, so the more improvement you can get every game, it's not even about wins and losses at this grade. Just getting better every time you go out there is what these coaches are looking for, especially the guys having fun. I know it's hot out there, and Trojans for sure definitely might be hot, but, you know, just going out there and playing, getting better, it's going to be a lot better when they're older.
Absolutely. You like seeing the adjustments being made early. It can lead to a very good season for both of these teams. So after that, it'll make it 2nd and 13. Ball spotted at the 32. Just about 1:38 left in this ball game. So it'll cap off game 1 of this Grimes Bowl weekend. Trojans go under center, running back in the backfield. It's going to be a direct run with the quarterback. He runs into a few Comet defenders.
And he's up the middle, met by a wall of Comets. Tackle on the field led by number 99,
Cooper
Ben
Smith in there, as well as Ben Smith. They're in on the tackle.
Again, just a read option, this time going up the middle, trying to figure out any way to get around this Comet team. Can't do so. Think this might be the last play of the game. It's possible Trojans don't get a playoff, but you'd think they'd try and at least get one more playoff here to finish off this Grimes Bowl for them.
Grimes Bowls, we thank you all for coming up. Please make sure on your way out you visit the concession stand. Please also make sure you police your area if you had any trash that you can pick up, take with you. We appreciate that.
So head up to the line. A little bit of pace with 20 seconds to go. See if they can get the snap off. It's going to be a race against the clock here. 10 seconds. Looks like they'll get there just in time. Maybe. 3 seconds. And they're going to call it. And the guys trying to finish off the play, but they can't do so.
The time looks like it'll expire. See if they maybe do one more if they call it there. Both teams still.
Trojans will get one more attempt.
It is going to be one more final play.
Yeah, you got to give the guys one more play. They just got off about 3 seconds late, and you could see Graf got the ball and it went off the siren, indicating that the game is over. And he looked at his coach, was like, "Coach, I was going to take that to the house." I mean, it's just that look of confusion. You have to add another play. Let's see if Graf can get one here.
Look for Graf, number 10. He's gotten a couple of the jet sweeps so far today. Goes in motion. He is going to take it towards the right side. Cuts up the middle. Flag is thrown. And that is going to do it. Flag won't mean anything. That'll do it for this game one. Looks like unless they do elect to run one more, but the Comets go to line up at the middle of the field. It is a great first Grimes Bowl game for the K-1 Mason Comets. An 18-0 big win for the Comets, led by number 9 Amari Spikes and Jericho Carthers scoring for the Comets out there. Some big defensive names, Ben Smith, Jack Bautista, and a few others having great games. We'll be back for game 2 of this edition of the Grimes Bowl here on Saturday. We'll see you in just a few. Mason, an 18-0 win.